Good evening, and welcome to Coffee Talk. This is a new one. I'm using my cell phone because my iPad does not want to cooperate. And I am going to be buying a new MacBook, which I'll start using as soon as I get it. So I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight, but I did not want to let everybody down. So this is me doing a live stream using my antiquated iPhone 7. I hope you can hear me. And first order of business is to let Joseph Moore know that I sent off his box today, and he should get it on Friday. So I'll send you a text message with the tracking number, and that you should get it on Friday. I really can't see who's in the chat because I am blind and I am looking, and I know that there are people here. I'm showing several people in the chat with several likes. So this is just going to be me talking for a little while, impromptu. I've got this week and next week, and then I will be out for a little over 2 months. I will have 2 months and about a week off on summer vacation. While I'm off on summer vacation, I plan on doing a lot more to my channel. I'm going to try to step my game up. I'm lacking 30 some odd subscribers to hit the 1,600. I'm hoping to hit the 1,600 in the near future so I can do my 1,600 subscriber giveaway. It'll be a nice box, and it will, in addition to what I normally put in my box right now, I'll have a nice first aid kit in it. So if you would like to be one of those people in the drawing, and I don't anticipate there's going to be that many people in the drawing, please leave a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I release when I hit that 1,600. So I'm gonna look at that one, and I'm gonna look at I'm going to go back 5 videos. And for everybody who's been with me on each of those videos with the supportive comment and the like, I will put their name in a hat, and then I'll do a drawing. I'll record myself drawing from the hat. Whoever I draw will win that box. If it's somebody that's won before, they'll win before. If it's somebody I've sent a goodie box to before, they'll get that box. And when I did my 1,500 subscriber giveaway, and it's been about 5 months, that's how long it's been since I've done a giveaway. When I did my 1,500 subscriber giveaway, there were 9 people who qualified for that drawing. Now, when I did my 1,300 and my 1,400, my channel was growing fairly fast at that time. A lot more people were participating, and I had over 40 in each of those drawings. But for the 1,500, for whatever reason, it had been slowing down, and I only had 9 people who were qualified. I appreciate those of you who stick with me through the thick and thin of it. I do have SHTF situations. Sometimes it's a family situation. Sometimes, we have power outages. We have technology issues, like my iPad. I've got it plugged in charging, and it says it's got like 0. I turn it on, and it'll say it's got 80%, and then it'll go off, and I turn it back on, and it will say it's got 40% on the battery. It's been plugged in. It's plugged into a power station, and it's charging. I can switch off whatever one I'm on, and it's charging. So I don't know. This is a 3rd generation iPad, and the 10th generation iPads are out. So yeah, I need a new iPad. I'm going to get a new MacBook, and I'm going to get a new iPhone. And I may get a new iPad. I don't know. But, it is what it is. So I am posting on my community wall. I did a couple of community wall posts shouting out channels just recently. I had this last weekend I had done a live stream, and I had 20 different channels come in to my live stream. I did 2 community wall posts, and I shouted out each of those 20 channels. 10 on one post, 10 on the other post. And then normally what I'll do is I'll have an image of one of my preps or image of something other that I support, that I use, that I recommend, and I'll put those up. I put an image of 3 number 10 cans, and I did a short. I've got a short out right now. It's my newest short. It only has about a dozen people who have seen it so far. It's one I put up today, and it's a group picture of 3 number 10 cans, and then an individual of each can. It basically shows that I got it this month, and how much I paid for it. And I'm going to start marking the prices that I pay for my number 10 cans on my cans, so that I can basically keep track of the increase as prices increase. I can keep track of the price increases. And I'll be ordering some more different cans and more. I need to update my inventory of what I have, and I need to make sure I'm spreading out what I've got, so that I've got depth in multiple areas. As far as beverages concerned, I've got enough beverages probably to everybody will be in beverages for a year. But then I need to spread out other components that I'm acquiring. Also, I'm distinguishing what I'm getting. I don't really want, if you look right now, like if you wanted to buy a case of what the actual U.S. military rations that they give to the U.S. military, normally they have 24 different menus, and they're breakfast menus, lunch, dinner menus, more lunch, dinner menus than breakfast menus, but there are 24 different menus. You can get a case A, and it's got menus 1 through 12, and you get a case B, it's got menus 13 through 24. And right now, you want to get a case, or you want to get the combination of cases, you'll pay, not counting taxes if there's any taxes involved. If you have Prime, you get free shipping, but you're going to pay $260, $270 for 2 cases, for a case A and a case B. Now, that's a lot of money for 24 rations. That's over $10 a piece. But then the other thing I don't like about it, and I don't mind age on rations, especially if I've had them, but you're going to be buying cases that were that were packed in 2017 or 2018. They've been sitting around in a warehouse someplace, or maybe they've been out and about. They might have been over in Iraq. They might have been over in Kuwait. They might have been over in Afghanistan. They might have been over, and then they brought them back and they didn't use them. They may have been in a fairly hot warehouse. But you're going to be talking about a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old case of rations, something that was packed 6 or 7 years ago. Now, I buy Humanitarian daily rations, and usually those Humanitarian daily rations are going to be 4 or 5 years old. But then I get a case of 10 24-hour Humanitarian daily rations, They don't have beverages and they don't have heaters. You do not need heaters to heat your rations. You can boil them, put them in a pot of hot water. You can do it, or just have ration heaters. I've got tons of ration heaters. Half the time the damn things don't work. But I can pay $35 and I'll get a case of 10 24-hour rations. And yeah, they're not quite the same because they're vegetarian and they don't have the variety of components that you'll have in a case A or a case B. But, you know, I could buy 5. I could just about buy 5, almost, cases of Humanitarian daily rations for one case. That's 12 of the U.S., you know, meals ready to eat. I can certainly buy 4, and I can close to buy 5 for what you'll pay. And those Humanitarian daily rations will be fresher. They'll be newer. I mean, they won't be brand new. They'll be 4 or 5 years old. You know. But I have not bought any of them that I had any problems with. I haven't bought any that I had any problems with. And I've got some that I bought 3 or 4 years ago. They're stored. And I store them in a climate environment. They're here, they're in a closet. I got a couple of closets that are full of stuff. You know, this room here, I don't put them out in the heat. I keep them fairly well climate controlled. So, you know, now you buy freeze-dried foods. Depending on what you're getting, you're dealing with a shelf life of 20, 25, 30 years. That moo milk, that chocolate milk, it's got a shelf life instead of 20 years. The Essentials milk, that's got a shelf life of 25 years. And then that orange beverage, it's got a shelf life of 30 years. 30 years. But I mean, if we're going to have problems, we're going to have problems in the next few years. Say the next 5 years, if we're going to have problems. And if you got stuff that'll be good for the next 20 years, and I really think that an MRE, if it's been stored properly, or an HDR, if it's been stored properly, and you store it properly, it'll be good for 20 years. I mean, I've had them that are over 10 years old, and they're just fine. And then I've seen videos of people doing them that are 20 years old, and they're just fine. Yeah, once in a while there'll be a component that will be bad. You know, like sometimes the coffee. Some of those older coffees. The what's that brand? The ones that are in the red bag. Anyway, there's sometimes there's something other that's not going to be that will go bad. Most of it, no. You know. So, I encourage you to acquire a selection. One, you need bottled water. You can go and buy a 1-gallon jug that has a handle that you can carry, and you can refill them after you use them. You refill them with distilled water, or something's treated. You'll pay $1 to $1.15, depending on where you buy it, for a gallon. You can reuse the jugs. You're going to pay about $3.50 for a 24-pack of half liters. About $3.50 right now. You need to have a selection or a quantity of food and water for each person who's with you. You don't say, well, I bought a week's worth of food and water, for me, and then you got 4 people with you. Well, what are they going to do? You're going to be using your week's worth of food and water divide it up to feed them, and you're not going to have, you'll have 2 days worth of food and water. Got to use your brain, you know. And I'm not trying to insult anybody, but you got to use your brain. You got to think about what you're doing. Now, my phone is giving me a low battery sign. I'm 15 minutes into my live stream. So I'm going to see if I can plug this back in. So I plugged it in, I'm holding it right now. Yeah, I'm technologically challenged right now. Uncle Al would tell me that I can see Devil Dog is here. And Holly. Uncle Al. Idaho Garden Girl. Joseph Moore. Scrolling the Black Widow. Hello, Black Widow channel. I'm going back to see who's in the stream, saying hello to folks. Good people, one and all. Good people, one and all. Going back, going back. 6 in the stream, 9 likes. KP Heathen. The Bud Files. And there we go. So, I'm having my own little version of SHCF. It's been a day and I am tired. I had to go out to Coletto Creek Park where my wife and daughter are camping and pick my daughter up so she can come back and get her car. She can take it out there because she's going to spend the night again. And then she's got an appointment early in the morning that she's got to go to. And Mom won't be able to take her, and I'll be at work. I've got this week and I've got next week before school's out. And I'm ready for school to be out. So I'm going to be buying one of those 13-inch. I'm probably going to buy one of those 13.5-inch MacBooks. My daughter has one. She has, I think, what's called an iBook or an it's. I think I paid. Oh, what did I pay for it? They're more expensive than PCs usually. I think I paid $1,100, $1,200 for it when I bought it for her. She's had it for years. She's been using that to get through her degrees. Right now I'm going back writing down channel names. Holly Ivins. And just more, and Idaho Garden Girl. I'll do shout outs. I'll link you guys on my wall tomorrow. Looking through. I hope you're feeling better, Uncle Al. This is the first time I have done a live stream on an iPhone. I'm not really enjoying it as far as using the iPhone. Can't see worth a devil. Can't see it all. If you guys get the chance, look at, hello Melinda Elliott, if you guys get the chance, look at my latest short. It's got some freeze-dried beverages, stuff that I've used, I've tasted it, I'm buying it. With those beverages, you want them nice and cold, so you need to mix them up and then put them in the fridge. Make sure you use cold water if you're going to try to drink it. Let it settle on you. You like Android? Thank you, Black Widow. I appreciate it. Well, I've had 9 channels come in and identify themselves. Mr. Hoboslow, are you out there? If you're out there, leave me a like or a comment, please. Appreciate it. I've got a friend, I call him Hoboslow. He's just getting older. If we tease him, his name is Hobozol, and we call him Hoboslow. And I like to make fun of my friends. 10 likes, 8 in the house. 22 minutes in. I have an oven one in my kitchen drawer. I've Uncle Al, just have to look for it. Too many gadgets, LOL. Yeah, you like Android? Okay. Appreciate you running my playlist. Isobar, welcome Isobar. Thank you for coming in. I am holding my phone. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm holding on to my phone. Just trying to get through. Just trying to make it till school gets out next week. 3 more days this week. And 3.5 days next week with the kids. Last day will be Friday. I'm at the point where on the 20th, I can start entering my grades, my conduct. I got to do IEP progress reports. Got to get all that stuff done. My para's been packing up my room, storing stuff in our closets. Got the countdown going. That's right. Just trying to get through. Trying to make it. And it is what it is. Truly. Mr. Whistle, welcome Mr. Whistle. Just trying to make it through. Oh, I'll make it. My worst kid, as far as behavior is concerned, has been absent the last 2 days. Absent Monday and Tuesday. Kid misses a lot of school. And, you know, I look at the way things are and what's going on. You can look at people and see down the road what's going to happen. Not trying to be a bad predictor or anything, but it's just had to defrag a MacBook for a live stream that gave me a headache. Mama 4 boys, welcome. Yeah, I took a couple aspirin today. One of my kids was acting up. The other bad kid, the worst of the worst, he was acting up today, and I had a headache trying to deal with that, and just trying to tolerate it. Um, a lot of times it's just a staring match. My, go to hell stare versus somebody else's. And I'm pretty good with that go to hell stare when it comes to the kids because I was an administrator for 23 years, and I hold my own when it comes to that. But no, I feel for parents sometimes. Sometimes you got really nice people and they've got a kid that's just, God help them. Um, they didn't deserve it. And then sometimes, you meet the parents, you know why the kid's the way they are. And I've had multiple people say that to me, stuff going on. And they meet parents, for different functions and things. The way the parents talk, where do you think some of the kids get the language from? They get that language from their parents. In my parents' generation, you never used the F word. Being sort of rednecks, they might say SOB, and they might say GD, and they'd say SHIT, but you'd never hear them say FUCK. You'd never hear FUCK. That was a big no word. You didn't cuss that word. So it's just, I don't know. So we're going to be coming into hurricane season, and there's a supply map out. There's a supply list. I'll go through it again in the near future. You need to basically make sure that you have your emergency supplies, have a supply of your medication, bottled water, canned foods, stuff that they don't have to be refrigerated. You want to have hygiene products. If you don't, you want to have trash bags and wipies and all that sort of good stuff. Hand sanitizer. You want a good crank radio, or you want extra batteries for your radio. You want flashlight. Lithium power is good. Having candles, emergency candles, matches. Stuff that blankets. Having if you're at your house, you should have a lot of the stuff that we talk about. You should have that at your house. But if you have a bag, you want to have some of that stuff in a carry bag. If you're looking to be someplace else, or if you're traveling, you want to make sure you have those things in a carry bag. You can't carry that much food, you can't carry that much water, but when it comes to like having a can opener and having a crank radio and having a flashlight and spare batteries, having your medication with you, you should have all that. Having a Sawyer or a Life Straw that you can basically filter water with, for clean water, you need to have those things. Having a couple of pairs of spare socks and a couple of pairs of spare underwear and some good hiking shoes. Having a good jacket, or having a good hat, some gloves. You need those things. Having a good knife or a multi-tool, you need all those things. Little Lone Prepper, how's it going, Little Lone Prepper? So, this is going to be another one of those days where I'm not going to do a real long live stream. I mean, I'm only halfway through what I normally do. I normally do about an hour. I start getting over an hour, and Uncle Al starts getting cranky. But I'm going to make him happy, and I'm just going to cut it loose, at 30 minutes. Would like to tell you, be prepared. The Scout motto is to be prepared. Life is good, but it is what it is. And everybody, please have a blessed day. And I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, for, I have my premiere tomorrow at 6:30 of Joseph Moore's box. I got it in the mail today. He should receive it probably Friday. He needs to look for it Friday. I'll send him the tracking number. Please plan on looking at that. It's a good, it shows what's in my boxes, but it's a nice one. It's got some good stuff in it. It's about 16 minutes long. Hopefully you'll watch it. Look at my latest short, if you would please, and be checking for my community posts. I try to do community posts. I'll try to do a couple more community posts tomorrow. And everybody, please have a blessed day, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, for another edition of Coffee Talk.